Good evening. I hope everyone is well out there today. Thank you all so much for tuning in once again to the Reclaiming My Life podcast. My name is Claudia Massey, and I'm one of your co hosts here. And tonight we will be talking about robbing Peter to pay Paul. Look, we all know about robbing Peter to pay Paul. But tonight I want to talk about we need to get out of that habit. We need to stop robbing Peter to pay Paul. Because, at the end of the day, you think about it. When you rob, you're taking something from something or someone to pay another thing. But at the end of the day, guess what? Whatever or whoever you rob from, you still owe. So, tonight I want to talk about how can we stop robbing Peter to pay Paul. Sometimes, of course, struggling families trying to make it, doing their very best, right? They might say, well, my light bill is due. Can I put off the telephone bill? So, the telephone may not be a necessity. So, of course, rob Peter to pay Paul, prioritize. But in other times, when it's not a necessity, sometimes we do things that's just not a necessity, right? Okay, so we're traveling. We know that we don't have the funds to do it. We're going to rob Peter. We're going to take our mortgage money, okay, to go on a vacation, knowing we have no idea how we're going to get it back. So then what are we doing? We're constantly taking from something or something or someone, and we're okay, well, maybe when I get paid next week, then I can pay this person back or put this back. You're going further and further in the hole, right? So, we need to stop robbing Peter to pay Paul. I'm going to have to say we need to stay in our lane. Okay? Stay in your lane. When it's your turn to get in the right lane or the left lane, then you can do that. And I'm going to say this because, I look back over my life. And there was a time when I could not travel. I had to prioritize. I couldn't rob Peter to pay Paul. You have to think about it. Your kids need shoes. Your kids need clothes. You need to pay these bills. I don't have enough money left over. But I see too often where people are saying, you know what? I want this bag. I want this Louis Vuitton bag. I don't know how I'm gonna get my light bill money. I'll hustle and get it up. And if I don't, I use this money to get it. We need to stop that. We would never get ahead doing this because again, you're going further and further in the hole. I'm gonna bring my co-host on and I want y'all to talk about robbing Peter to pay Paul. What's your input on it? Come on in, Miss Tramika Cooper.
Honey, let me tell you. I have been there, maxed out credit cards, and it happens. And like you
Uh-huh.
said, we got to stop doing that,
Mm-hmm.
because then you got those credit cards maxed out. You got that interest that you got to pay. That's extra on that bill, and it's a never ending cycle. It keep, like you said, keep
Right.
going and going. And then you got to figure out, well, Dad, what am I going to do about this bill? And now I got to take $10 from this one, and it's, hey, that's how the bad credit gets started.
Right.
That's how,
That part.
and it's hard when your credit is bad. It's hard to get it back to where it should be. It's
Mm-hmm.
hard to get yourself stable and at a point where you can see the end of the tunnel. You know,
Right.
I myself, I believe in tithing. Um, it took me a while. Hey, when I was a babe in Christ, I'm like, I gotta give God this.
Right.
you
Right.
know, because people don't believe in tithing, but tithing really helps.
Mm-hmm.
That's where your faith comes in at, when you tithe.
Yes.
And God will give
Yes.
you back double. And I truly, truly believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. I love that, Tramika. And two, it's all about patience because a lot of times, we're looking at Facebook, or we're looking at our friends or coworkers or whatever, and we're seeing what they're doing, and we want to do the same.
Right.
But we might not have the same income that
Income.
I may not have the same income you have. I can't do
Right.
everything that you're doing.
Right.
And sometimes we just really have to say that we can't make it look like we want to be in the in crowd. Hey,
Right.
they traveling, I'm gonna travel, knowing, well, Lord, where am I get this money from? How am I get
Right.
this money back? You know, we need to take care of ourselves. This goes back to self-care,
Yeah.
because then we're stressed, we're overwhelmed. Now you still living your best life, but
Exactly.
I might be getting ready to be put out my house
Right.
because I'm trying to keep up with you.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody must realize that your time will come. And this is how you build towards that,
Right.
by not getting yourself in debt, by not, trying to keep up with the crowd. Hey, stay in your lane.
Exactly.
It's not my time. I'm going to do what I can. And also, I think about, when I couldn't do certain things because I didn't have the money,
Mm-hmm.
what I realized, the close relationship I have with my daughters. We couldn't travel, we couldn't go a lot of places and do a lot of things. But
Right.
what we could do was spend time with each other. And
Exactly.
this is why, we're so close today. We were on a Saturday night, we weren't out. We were home, we were playing
Right.
games, cooking, making Rice Krispie treats, watching a movie together, loving up on one another.
Exactly.
Hey, go to the beach, it's free.
Right.
Sometimes you got to make a list of the things
Mm-hmm.
that you can do where you're still having fun, still spending time, and developing that bond with your children. Everything isn't for you.
Right. Right. And it's
Yes, Dr. Tyson.
Yes. So let's get into this. So first we got to talk about
Dr. Tyson came in laughing.
because I was thinking about keeping up with the Joneses, So let's get into this. Why are we over budget? Are we over budget because we're impulse buying, or like you said a minute ago, we looking at Facebook, we trying to keep up with our neighbors, trying to keep up with our
Mm-hmm.
friends. Like you said, look at they doing what, and
Right.
what I want to go what. And sometimes you just need a staycation, stay at home.
Okay.
you know, Staycation, stay at home, keep your money and stop, stress shopping, stress spending. Because like you said,
Mm-hmm.
when you're over budget, that's when depression and anxiety can come in. You can't sleep
Mm-hmm.
at night. You laying there like, oh, I want to do this, but I spent this over here. How am I going to get this? And sometimes you can't even sleep at night because you're trying to figure out how
Right.
am I going to pay this over here. So we got to look at what are needs and what are wants. It's just
Right.
like I said earlier, I need to pay, I need to have lights on, but I might not need that Louis Vuitton bag or Tommy
Mm-hmm.
Hilfiger bag. So I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
wait. So like you said, we got to have patience. And what I found that works really good, having a budget, sitting down.
Yes.
And if you need some discipline, there are free apps out there now. There's the Mint app, and it allows you to sync your different accounts, and you can actually track what are you spending the most on. Are you trying to go get that Starbucks coffee, every week? Or you going to McDonald's? So like, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to cut out, going to get my Starbucks coffee every week, or going to get my
Mm-hmm.
special whatever at McDonald's, my Frappuccino. I'm going to make my stuff at home. I'm going to save me a little money. And then, wow, maybe the money that I've saved up, every month, now I can take that vacation. And so I think it's
Mm-hmm.
important to have a account just saved aside for vacation, or just saved aside for those Christmas gifts. And so if you're putting away every month, you don't have to do what I call impulse buying, or Christmas is coming up, I got to go get this, or what are they going to think about me? It's not about the gift, it's about the thought. You just even thinking about that person, or either you took the time out to say, I'm going to get this at maybe at the Five and Below store. But it's the thought that counts. And like you said, really at the end of the day, spending time with your loved ones. It's just because we're
Mm-hmm.
all so busy, we're all over the place. I think it's just important getting back to spending time, like you said, playing family games, or going to, if you live in certain places that the art museum is free, or going
Mm-hmm.
to, a different show or whatever. Sometimes on Tuesday nights, there's like the $2 movie. Or, we have things so convenient now. We have I might not need that Netflix subscription. I might need to cut back on that because, wow, there goes my money that I could be using to go on vacation.
Right.
So again, going back to what are needs and what are wants.
Right, right. I love it. And also sometimes, just because, like, say for instance, if I'm traveling, and one of you all, no, I don't want to go. Every time it's no, I don't want to go. And it may not be that you can't go or you can't afford to go, but you may be one that just wants to save your money. You're trying to reach a goal. So
Exactly.
people never know, your business. It doesn't have to be that you don't have the money to go. So you don't, again, it's okay to say no. you
Right.
know you
Yes.
don't
Because
always
we got to
have to.
learn that.
Yes, it's okay to say no, not this
Yeah.
trip.
Hmm.
They don't need to know your business. Then next year when they see you doing something huge, oh wow, I didn't think she had money. No baby,
Right.
I just got different goals.
Thank you.
So it's
Yes.
so it's okay. It's okay not to always be in the crowd. You don't have to do everything. But another thing that I do, y'all, I'm so old school. My kids be like, Mama, you still writing stuff down? And I do. And I love it that way. But, again, as Dr. Tyson was talking about your budget, write out your bills because sometimes it helps when you're looking at it.
Right.
Sometimes we want to just, think about, oh, I got this, and this. But when you're not writing it out or putting it in your notepad or whatever, and you can forget something. Oh, I
Right.
forgot I had to pay so and so. But when you write everything out, and I mean everything that you have to do for that month, and see, okay, well, this is going to come up to this, and this is what I have coming in. That
Mm-hmm.
right there tells you, nope, can't do it.
Right.
Can't do it. Because if I do, I'm going to be trying to rob Peter to pay Paul. And we getting out of that robbing. We're not doing any more robbing, okay?
Right.
Right.
Ladies, ladies, do y'all have any final words on this topic? Tramika,
Well, you know me, I got to bring the Bible in.
Yes.
please do. Please
Yes.
do.
Yes. Got
I'm going
to.
to say it
Yes.
again. Malachi 3:10 says, bring to the storehouse a full tenth of your earnings, and I will open the windows of heaven for you and pour out all the blessings you need. So tithing, tithing, tithing. I can't emphasize that enough. I love the tithe.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. We gotta, like you said, when we give back to God, it, like I said, it increases us double fold. So it's important to give back to God. Like you said, that some of these things are goals that we're trying to achieve. Give back to God first, so He can help you achieve those goals. And like you said, Claudia, writing it down. That's the key. If you don't like to write, like I said, the Mint app, there's Every Dollar app. Like I said, it actually keeps track of where is your money going? You might like, again, I'm putting too much money over in entertainment or over in my snacking or my little special treats. And so look at those things where you can cut back on, but you can't look at those things unless you write them down.
Right.
Right. Right. Yes. And going back, to tithing, a lot of times I hear people say, I don't have the money to tithe, but think about it. If you lost your job today and you have no income,
Mm-hmm.
no income. If you make $1,000 a month, God is only asking for $100.
Right.
100. You still have $900
Right.
versus not having a job at all.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to really prioritize. And God is my first priority because I'm His.
Yes.
You know, yes. So y'all stop robbing Peter to pay Paul. Let's do better because in the long run, you'll be able to reach those goals. Stay patient. You don't have to do everything that you see someone else is doing. Or you don't have to have a bag. You paying $300 for a bag and you don't have $300 to put in it. We need to stop that. We need to get out of that mentality. You know, what's the purpose? I'm gonna tell y'all, give me a $9.99 bag, baby. If it's cute,
yes,
that's me all day.
Mm-hmm.
That's me. It's cute. Then I get about 10 bags, baby, for
Right.
$100.
exactly.
To match some stuff. You know,
Yeah.
so look, sometimes we just have to look at things like that. You know, your clothes. People spending $200 on a pair of shoes. And trust me, if you can do it, like Tabitha Brown said, then that's your business.
Right.
But if you can't do it, if you walking around with $200 shoes and you asking somebody to borrow some money to pay a bill, then that's a problem. That's a problem. And you know what? It's time for you all to reclaim your life. Y'all be blessed.